What is going on, guys? Josh from N&J back with another video. This is my 2017 FZ07 and I'm going to be telling you guys 5 things I hate, don't like about it. Hate's a strong word, but 5 things I don't like about it. So start off with number 1. First thing I don't like about this bike, the gas mileage. Now, could be the way I ride it. In fact, that's probably what it is. I don't know what the factory says you should get for gas mileage out of this bike, but on a full tank, I probably get maybe 110 miles, 100 miles, 120 if I'm lucky. Again, probably just the way I ride it, but the gas mileage on this thing is definitely not great, and it has the same size gas tank as the FZ09, and it gets more mileage on a tank of gas. So something to keep in mind if you're gonna get this bike. Second thing I don't like about this bike is the seat. It gets super narrow right here, and then it's just plastic right here. Unlike the FZ09, which kind of has the pad that comes down, and then the MT07, the seat's a little bit different. This one, I get it like right on the inside of my thigh. It kind of rubs on the bottom of the seat, and after a long day of riding, it gets really uncomfortable. And it's not very thick. It's super thin, and there's a battery bracket like right under the middle of the seat. And after a long day, you can definitely feel it, and it kind of sucks. But I've thought about getting a Yamaha comfort seat for it, which will help with that. The third thing I don't like about this bike, the handlebars have a weird wiggle to them. There's a rubber grommet type thing, or a rubber bushing that's actually in that thing. I don't know what it's called. I'm drawing a blank, but it doesn't matter. So where the handlebar bracket mounts into it, it's a rubber bushing. So the handlebars, I don't know if I can show it, but like the handlebars have a little bit of wiggle to them. I put washers on the top side of them to try and help, and it did help a little bit, but it still has a wiggle. When you really get on the throttle, if it kind of launches you back, you can feel the handlebars move a little bit, and it's kind of something to get used to. And I don't know. And the handlebars are really narrow. Like they're not as wide as the FZ09s, and I'm probably going to switch those out for some Pro Taper bars some point soon. The fourth thing I don't like about this bike, and this is kind of opinionated, but it's all plastic. Like the FZ09 has a metal tank up here, and I believe the MT10 does too, right?
I think so.
I think so. I don't know.
I don't remember.
A lot of bikes that are in this like class, the naked bikes, have metal tanks, and this one has a lot of plastic to it. If you want to work on it, you got to take all these plastics apart, or all these plastics off, which I've done many times, but just kind of sucks. I don't think it makes the bike look bad. I actually really like the styling of this bike, but I do kind of wish there was more metal to it than the gas cap. The last thing I don't like about this bike is the same thing as what Nick said for the FZ09, is the rear brake. It's super, super squishy. In fact, it might as well not be there. It's not good. You can push down on it as hard as you can, and the ABS will not kick in, I promise you. It's just the rear brake, it's super squishy. I've rode a YZF600, which is like an older sport bike, and the rear brake on that thing was solid. It felt great. I'm pretty sure my my first bike, which was a 2019 Honda Grom, had a better rear brake than this thing, but you know, it works. Front brake is great, so it kind of makes up for it, but definitely the rear brake is number 5 of the things I don't like about this bike. So those are 5 things I don't like about my Yamaha FZ07. Make sure you guys subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.